Hello, 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 hello. These are my top tips for when you're starting a new fitness class. Number one, don't get discouraged if it feels hard. This is new for you. Your body likes to stay in a comfort zone. So your mind is going to be screaming at you because of how hard it is. Do not let that discourage you. What I need you to do is take a deep breath. Reset your body. So you're going to draw in those abs, you're going to relax those shoulders, put a smile on your face, and activate whatever muscles are being activated in that session. And I need you to do this throughout the whole class. Whenever you feel like your mind is like trying to talk you out of it, this is too hard, quit, this is ridiculous, I would never do this, like whatever it is, just reset. Take a deep breath and reset your posture, ignite those muscles. That's what you're there for, right? So then also consider, what are your whys? Why are you taking this class? Is it for weight loss? Is it for muscle development, toning, cardio benefits? Is it for fun? Is it for community, flexibility, agility, balance? There's obviously hundreds of reasons why we take classes. And so like going back to your why, will keep you going. Okay, so next, going back to breath, this is huge for me. I'm always reinforcing breath because it is our existence, right? When you're not doing anything else, you're breathing. And so I want you to listen to your instructor's cues. When they remind you to breathe, be intentional about breathing. And when things seem hard or complicated or whatever it is, start with going back to your breath and just reset. Okay. Also, I'm going to just reiterate the posture thing. Different classes definitely prompt different styles of posture, but ultimately you're pretty safe with keeping your abs engaged, your shoulders relaxed, just like a nice long spine. Different activities do twerk them a little bit, so trust your instructor and listen to them accordingly. But if all else fails, just go back to that reset of just like standing good in a firm posture, and then like recalculate and get to where you need to be in that space. Trust your instructor. They are giving you cues for a reason. Trust that they know what they're talking about. I know when I am teaching classes, it is so funny. Like if I'm resetting somebody's posture, trying to engage with the breathing, posture is very important. We cue posture for lots of reasons. Safety first and foremost. But also, like I've already mentioned, we cue posture because when you're working different positions, you need your posture set up in certain ways, also called form, right? So we're cueing your posture, we're cueing your form, because when we set you up in certain forms or postures, that ignites a specific set of muscle groups that we are working on. So if you are not like listening, or if you think we're just being extra or something like that, the thing is you're not getting the workout either you signed up for or that we designed. So that just going back to trusting the setup and like listening to it and just like really trying to feel that out for you. Now, I am going to remind you also that all of our bodies are slightly different. They're very much the same, right? Like, take any anatomy and physiology class, you know, just look at any skeleton, heart system, lung system, blood system, all the things. We are basically the same, but our skeletons, like I just had in one of my classes, 2 women who were the same size, but I did have to set them up with their form differently because one had longer legs and a shorter torso. The other one had a longer torso and shorter legs, but shoulder to shoulder and head to head, they were the same height. So I would set them up differently in regards to where they're like to say like the space between their footing for their squats and things like that. So remembering that your body is not always going to look like somebody else's in one of these classes, and that you are also going to be stronger in different situations than other people. That like your strength is always going to look different. That brings me to one more item, that when you are new to these classes, really just please be careful, because you're going to see people that are seasoned in these classes. Say, for example, if it's like a yoga class or even Zumba for that matter, certain things might look very easy. And so you might want to throw yourself into certain positions. But if you're not in yoga, let's say, if you're not taking specific cues in yoga, like yet again, taking that time to draw in your navel, tuck in your pelvic bone and things like that, you can get yourself in, I'm just going to say it loosely, like a little bit of trouble by not listening. And just like going into it because you want to be in the glamorous posture that you see the girl over there in. But it takes time to get into those positions with grace and with strength. And it takes time to really build that up. And to do it properly so you can practice safely without injuring yourself, like without pulling a hip or overextending your knees and hurting your knees, or just different things like that. In regards to a class like Zumba, I'm going to say, yet again, everything looks super easy and it is designed that way. But don't put so much pressure on yourself to keep up with the Joneses when it comes to like hop and turns and things like that. If you experiment with like 5 different classes, you'll see everybody has a different technique and a different style. The baseline of Zumba is straightforward. It's very easily designed so you can pick it up and learn it quickly and participate easily. But I will say, some teachers have a lot of jumps and turns and things like that. And if your body is not conditioned for jumping and turning, I just caution you to be careful with that process and let yourself build up to it a little bit. I'm going to add that some of those faster paced fitness classes also have some sets where you might be squatting and lunging quickly. And so a lot of times, if you're not like a fitness professional or very experienced, you might not set yourself up properly for those positions. And so I just want to caution you one step further to be extra careful with squats and lunges as you're beginning this journey. If you'd like, comment below and I can really go into detail about how you're setting yourself up for all of these things. If you're like a yoga newbie, really like things to focus on and think about in regards to those setups. And in regards to like the Zumba techniques and, maybe not so much like Zumba, but setting yourself up carefully when it comes to some of the postures that you might see in a lot of these fitness classes that if you don't set yourself up properly, you could hurt yourself. So give me a shout and let me know if that is something you would be interested in, and I would definitely focus on that. So those are my top, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much. Give me a shout. Love you. Bye.